Hello everyone. So today's topic that we are going to discuss is values in education. Before discussing about values and education and values in education, let's discuss about what are values. Values means ability, utility and importance. We can say that the trait or quality of a person or thing due to which its importance or utility is known is called value. Or we can say it is in initial sense. Value means what a person likes, accepts and enjoys. Value is what satisfies an individual's desire. Or we can say values are those ideals, beliefs or norms which the society or most of its members have accepted. So this is a meaning, or we can say a nature of a value. Now we will come on the value in education, or what is the meaning of value education. The aim of education is to effect all-round development of a person, that is, to effect development of all aspects of his life: physical, mental, emotional, social, moral, spiritual, occupational, etc. Therefore, there are different forms and aspects of education. The form of education which endeavors for moral and spiritual aspect and development of life values is called value education. Thus, value education is the education in values which trains a person in values. Value education is that education which helps a person to have proper and moral resolve and shapes his conduct and behavior as based on value. The process of moral and spiritual development proceeds forward with the help of value education. It also helps in character building and personality development. In the words of J. Ruskin, education does not mean teaching people to know that they do not know. It means teaching them to behave as they do not behave. Thus, the ultimate aim of education is to achieve good life. So this is the meaning of value education and value in education. Next will come on the causes of value degeneration. What are the causes of value degeneration? What are the characteristics? What are the response factors which are responsible for fall in moral values, especially among youth, among adolescents, among students? So the first one is the influence of companion peer group. Here companion peer group means the friends. So we can say in this the influence of peer, companion, friend plays an important role in developing the concept of morality. Children nowadays mostly influenced by their friends, their peers. They pass more time with them, discuss with them frankly and seek their advice. So they readily accept views of their peer groups, and this is the reason, or we can say cause of value degeneration. After this comes the childhood control. During adolescence, they start formulating their own rules and do not want others, the family members, the parents, to control them. The control from other creates value degeneration in children, and they misbehave, create misbehavior among the youths. So this was the second one. The third one is changes in moral principles due to increased social contacts. When the child comes out of home circle, when there is a change in social environment, social contact create different perspective in children and enable them to adjust positively in their surroundings. So children start facing difficulties in adjustment. The fourth point is double standard of morality for boys and girls. In our society, we have double standards for boys and girls. We have double standard. We have different rules for boys and have different rules for girls. For example, like going to market alone, laughing in public places, etc. are considered disgraceful for girls, but these do not equally apply to boys. So all these reasons are the causes for value degeneration in youth. After this, the fifth point comes the rise of discretion. The rise of discretion. So the rise of discretion develops the sense of shame and repentance on finding himself committing something wrong. Such situation, child becomes dejected and leads on unhappy life. Rise of discretion develops inferiority complex among youth. They lead unhappy life, which make them to behave inappropriate and finding themselves committing something wrong. After this comes the next point, the desire of self-exhibition. So desire of self-exhibition often takes an youth towards crime and immoral behavior like smoking, drinking, eve-teasing, delivering abusing words, sex abuse, quarreling, etc. And after the last point, not the least, but the nuclear family and materialistic way of life. So today's world, if we see, so the main focus is on the materialistic way of life. The parents are also focusing on materialistic things instead of values and moral values. So these are very important factors for degenerating moral values among youth. In a nuclear family, especially where father and mother both are working, have no time to share with their child. So the feelings and emotion of child remained unentertained. So the child finds some other places like TV, peer group, friends to share their feelings and emotions, and this is a start of behaving immorally as revolt. So these are some causes. Now after this we will come the aims and objectives of value in education. If we are talking about value education, what is the role of education to impart values and how these values should be imparted? So first of all, the aim of education, value in education is to develop the character and morality of the students, of the youth. They should be imparted culture and spiritual values. The habits of truthfulness, punctuality, honesty should be taught to the students through curricular or co-curricular activities. They should be make us responsible citizen by respecting the values of democracy, secularism, equality. The development of scientific attitude is also important. So the education system should make students vocational competent. The curriculum, the co-curricular activities, the education should be framed in such a way that to make the students self-efficient. They can earn their own livelihood. They can work, they can do their own work. So these are some aims that are need to be keep in mind while framing a curriculum of values in education. After that comes the objectives of value education. What are the objectives of value education? So first of all, understand the relationship between education and values. While framing the objectives, it is important to understand the relation between education and values, how they are related and interrelated with each other. So it is very important for the policy framers, education policy framers, and to the educators to understand this. After comes the need for value education. While teaching the value education to the students, before teaching the value education to the students, it is important why it is needed, what is the importance of teaching value education. And while keeping this thing in mind, the objective should be framed. After that comes the understand the objectives of value education in schools. Why it is important in schools? Why can't we teach the values at home, at their neighborhood, at in society? Why it is needed in schools? This should be keep in mind. Next comes to identify the different sources of value education. If a school is framing curriculum, framing a syllabus to teach the value education, so how this to be taught to the student? What are the sources with the help of which these value education will be imparted? So this is also an important. Next come to understand different approaches. Yes, approaches of value education need to be keep in mind while framing the objectives of value education. To plan different learning experiences for children to develop values among them. As we know, there are individual differences. Every student is different, so their learning experiences will also be different. So while making an objective, objectives of value education, we should plan accordingly accordingly by keeping in mind the individual differences, and these learning experiences should be different. We will not provide a same experience to every child in a classroom because they are different in all aspects, so their learning experience should be different. After come the sources of value education. What are the sources of value education? The first source is the regular subject, the school curriculum. The school are following, which are the part of school curriculum, like subjects like sciences, mathematics, history, civics, literature, etc. What we teach in the school has certain values in itself. These subjects will develop some sort of values among the students. After the regular subjects come the co-curricular activities. So the co-curricular activities develop some values in school children by conducting the programs. It is not confined to the education and instruction. It provides young people with opportunities for self-expression and self-fulfillment. After the co-curricular activities come the school environment. So school environment should be positive. It should be democratic. It should provide equal opportunities to all the students. School environment provides some sort of values among the students. The personal examples, hard work of teachers, the ideal of the teachers help the student to acquire right values in life. So these are some sources that are needed to impart value education. After that comes the methods of imparting value in education. What are the methods that will help a teacher, an educator to impart the values in their students? So first is the direct method and the second is the indirect method. Direct method means ki directly imparting to the student directly in the classroom. In this method, teacher can explain, discuss and illustrate values through stories, biographies of great men, morals and real life situation. Direct interaction is there between the teacher and the student. Indirect method में क्या होता है? Value education can be imparted indirectly through existing curricular and co-curricular activities without separating the period in the timetable. Different teaching subjects will develop the values like free inquiry, scientific temper, appreciation of diversities, interdependence of people, logical thinking, etc. So these are some methods, two methods like direct method and indirect method. There are several methods, but these two are the mains which can be used to impart values in education. Now, there comes the role of teacher, which is very important to impart value education. So, the successful execution of every project related to value education depends on the personality, behavior, teaching learning process and dutifulness of the teacher. A welfare-minded, loyal, devoted, hard-working, creative and studious teacher can succeed in imparting value education. In fact, a teacher has the highest impression on a child. A child wants to imitate him knowingly or unknowingly. According to Acharya Vinoba Bhave, a teacher's character should be such which does the work of silent teaching, seeing which the children have devotion for him. The role of a teacher is very important in the field of value education. When a teacher presents an ideal, it becomes easy for a child to assimilate the values. The teacher should impart deliberate value education. In the process of inculcation of democratic, social, moral and spiritual values in education, the role of a teacher cannot be ignored. So this is enough for today. Thank you.